you are in such a position, you could fold your legs and sit. I couldn't be a role model myself right now. Okay, now please, all of you, now close your eyes. Let's all close our eyes. Make sure the camera is also on. Take a deep breath out, in, out. Let us all please close our eyes. In, out. Just continue for some time. Make sure you're very stable. Make sure like you just think of breathing only and just concentrate on your nose area, like breathing coming in and out. Not let any thoughts come to your mind when you're meditating right now. Don't think of anything. Just focus on that breathing, just at the nose only. Just focus. Salish, let's keep our eyes closed. It's itself is a part of teachings from Buddha, okay? And it's what Vipassana has also done, and I am just is itself a part of Vipassana. Okay, now slowly you can listen to me. It just continues like where you can be focusing on breathing. I will be speaking about this Vipassana as well, and then I'll continue with Buddha Jayanti topics. Like after you do for the nose, then we continue with the, like there's a part exactly at the top of the head where, like when you're small, like it's just very soft area, okay, where you can feel that place itself at the top of the head. When you're small, it's very soft, okay. So you can start concentrating only if you uh, can try to just concentrate over there. If not, you can just continue with the nose as well, but that's because you need to first focus on the nose first before you move on to the other steps. First, nose itself, like concentration itself, might take a lot of time for some of us just to feel what is exactly happening in the nose area. And don't think about anything at all. And then slowly from here, we move on to different parts of the body and make sure the body is also being felt light. That the main thing is, even at the tip of the nose, if there's any itching, do not touch it. Just don't touch it, okay? Just see that, observe it. Even if there is pain, if you start going after that pain, or if you start going after that pleasure, then that's when you get pain as well. Just observe it. You start going after the pleasure, then that's when you get pain as well. So you just observe that. Even if there's itching in the nose, don't touch it. Just remain stable. The suffering is because like you go after the pain, pleasure, that's when you start getting those sufferings. So meanwhile, I will just play a sound. Hopefully it comes to your screen sound. I will that will be a podcast based on English. You just keep concentrating and just listen by keeping your eyes closed itself.
Volume 3, Issue 7, July 2014, ISSN 225019912115, PARIPEX, Indian Journal of Research Paper Buddhism and its Relevance in Modern World Social Science PH. Ravichandra Reddy Research Scholar, Acharya Nagarjuna University, Guntur, Andhra Pradesh. Keywords: Buddhism, Modern World, Nirvana and Noble Truths. Abstract Buddhism, as one of the four major religions in the world today, is an empiricistic and anti-metaphysical religion. We can think of Buddhism in terms of three main categories: philosophy, science, and religion. The Four Noble Truths contain the essence of the Buddha's teachings. It was these four principles that the Buddha came to understand during his meditation under the Bodhi tree. Today, in this scientifically and technologically developed global village, though there are many amenities for easy living and pleasure, people are both physically and mentally not satisfied and do not have a feeling of security. Buddhism offers a few very
You
simple
can keep your eyes closed and just listen.
Buddhism has a role to play in our life and a role in which we, from the Buddha's birthland, have an important part to play.
Just be focusing on your breathing as well.
One of the four major religions in the world today is an empiricistic and anti-metaphysical religion. What the Buddha taught is not only for the 6th century BC, but it is a timeless Vikalika teaching. Surely it can be practiced by the wise during 21st century as well and in many more centuries or millennia to come. Buddhism has a special role to play in the modern world because, unlike many other religious traditions, Buddhism uniquely propounds the concept of independence, which accords closely with the fundamental notions of modern science. Tibetan spiritual leader the Dalai Lama said, "The 20th century was a century of war and violence. Now we all need to work to see that the 21st century is of peace and dialogue." We can think of Buddhism in terms of three main categories: philosophy, science, and religion. The religious part involves principles and practices that are of concern to Buddhism alone, but the Buddhist philosophy of interdependence as well as the Buddha science of mind and human emotions are of great benefit to everyone. The spiritual leader said, while modern science has developed a highly sophisticated understanding of the physical world, including the subtle workings of the body and the brain, Buddhist science, on the other hand, has devoted itself to first-person understanding of many aspects of emotions, areas that are still new to modern science. 2. Noble Truths of Buddhism. Wheel of Life Overview. The Bhava Chakra, the Wheel of Life or Wheel of Becoming, is a mandala, a complex picture representing the Buddhist view of the universe. To Buddhists, existence is a cycle of life, death, rebirth, and suffering that they seek to escape altogether. The wheel is divided into 5 or 6 realms, or states, into which a material and mental phenomenon can be reborn. It is held by a demon. Around the rim are depicted the 12 stages of dependent origination. This gallery will explain the parts of the diagram. Source, copyright, Falkinas, iStock photo. The Four Noble Truths. The Four Noble Truths contain the essence of the Buddha's teachings. It was these 4 principles that the Buddha came to understand during his meditation under the Bodhi tree. 1. The truth of suffering, dukkha. 2. The truth of the origin of suffering, samadaya. 3. The truth of the cessation of suffering, nirodha. 4. The truth of the path to the cessation of suffering, magga. The Buddha is often compared to a physician. In the first 2 noble truths, he diagnosed the problem, suffering, and identified its cause. The third noble truth is the realization that there is a cure. The fourth noble truth, in which the Buddha set out the Eightfold Path, is the prescription, the way to achieve a release from suffering. Suffering, dukkha. 3 obvious kinds of suffering correspond to the first 3 sights the Buddha saw on his first journey outside his palace: old age, sickness, and death. But according to the Buddha, the problem of suffering goes much deeper. Life is not ideal and it frequently fails to live up to our expectations. Human beings are subject to desires and cravings, but even when we are able to satisfy these desires, the satisfaction is only temporary. Even when we are not suffering from outward causes like illness or bereavement, we are unfulfilled and unsatisfied. This is the truth of suffering. Buddha's teachings do not end with suffering, rather, they go on to tell us what we can do about it and how to end it. The second noble truth, origin of suffering, samadaya. Our day-to-day troubles may seem to have easily identifiable causes. First, pain from an injury, sadness from the loss of a loved one. In the second of his noble truths, though, the Buddha claimed to have found the cause of all suffering, and it is much more deeply rooted than our immediate worries. The Buddha taught that the root of all suffering is desire, tanha. This comes in 3 forms, which he described as the 3 roots.
Are you able to hear the podcast right now, whatever has been telecasted? Can someone tell me? Are you able to hear that podcast?
Yes, sir.
Okay, please keep your eyes closed. I'll continue with that.
Roots of evil, all the 3 fires, all the 3 poisons. The 3 fires of hate, greed, and ignorance, shown in a circle, each reinforcing the others. The following depicts the 3 fires. Volume 3, Issue 7, July 2014, ISSN 22501991-216, PARIPEX, Indian Journal of Research. Source, Falkinas, www.bbc.uk/religious. The 3 roots of evil. These are the 3 ultimate causes of suffering. Greed and desire, represented by a rooster; ignorance or delusion, represented by a pig; hatred and destructive urges, represented by a snake. Tanha means craving or misplaced desire. Buddhists recognize that there can be positive desires, such as desire for enlightenment and good wishes for others. A neutral term for such desires is chanda. The fire sermon. The Buddha taught more about suffering in the fire sermon, delivered to 1,000 bhikkhus, Buddhist monks. Burning implies burning with the fire of lust, hate, and delusion. We can interpret it as burning with birth, aging, and death, with sorrows, lamentations, pains, greeds, and despairs. The third noble truth, cessation of suffering, nirodha. The Buddha taught that the way to extinguish desire, which causes suffering, is to liberate oneself from attachment. This is the third noble truth, the possibility of liberation. The Buddha was a living example that this is possible in a human lifetime. Nirvana means extinguishing. Attaining nirvana, reaching enlightenment, means extinguishing the 3 fires of greed, delusion, and hatred. Someone who reaches nirvana does not immediately disappear to a heavenly realm. Nirvana is better understood as a state of mind that humans can reach. It is a state of profound spiritual joy without negative emotions and fears.
Please make sure you're not thinking about anything else. Just focus on the breathing and be listening, okay? Just close your eyes, keep it closed, and just focus on the breathing in and out. We'll just continue with the podcast. Just listen only. You don't have to see right now. You will get a copy of whatever has been told right now later on, okay?
The fourth noble truth, path to the cessation of suffering, Magga. The final noble truth is the Buddha's prescription for the end of suffering. This is a set of principles called the Eightfold Path, the middle way. It avoids both indulgence and severe asceticism, neither of which the Buddha had found helpful in his search for enlightenment. The wheel of the Dharma, the symbol of the Eightfold Path, the 8 divisions, the 8 stages are not to be taken in order, but rather support and reinforce each other. 1. Right understanding, Samadhi, or accepting Buddha's teachings. The Buddha never intended his followers to believe his teachings blindly, but to practice them and judge for themselves whether they were true. 2. Right intention, Samma Sankappa, or a commitment to cultivate the right attitudes. 3. Right speech, Samavaka, or speaking truthfully, avoiding slander, gossip, and abusive speech. 4. Right action, Samakamanta, or behaving peacefully and harmoniously, refraining from stealing, killing, and overindulgence in sensual pleasure. 5. Right livelihood, Samarajiva, or avoiding making a living in ways that cause harm, such as exploiting people or killing animals, or trading in intoxicants or weapons. 6. Right effort, Samavayama, or cultivating positive states of mind, freeing oneself from evil and unwholesome states and preventing them arising in future. 7. Right mindfulness, Samasati, or developing awareness of the body, sensations, feelings, and states of mind. 8. Right concentration, Samasamadhi, or developing the mental focus necessary for this awareness.
Still keep your eyes closed and just focus on breathing itself, because we really need to practice this phase a lot before if we move on to any other steps as well. Let us remain stable. It's very difficult. Okay, this is itself a part of meditation. Being very stable. Please keep your eyes closed. You have to be able to at least meditate for 40 minutes, at least minimum. And there are people meditating for 10 days to 1 month, 2 month continuous, and think about Buddha who meditated for so long time. So please keep on closing your eyes when it's difficult. Let's close our eyes itself. Just keep on focusing on breathing, okay? Just only breathing. Don't think anything else now. Just do not think anything. Don't get carried away by anything. Okay? Just focus on breathing, your nose area exactly. Just feel the thing and you can just let me know later on. Not today. Okay, now you may all open your eyes. You can just open slowly whenever you feel like. Don't open it all of a sudden also. Just open it slowly, okay? Don't do things too quickly as well. Like I myself also went for Vipassana for 10 days, okay? And for you it is just like a initial step on your Vipassana. So now I will show you one video relating to Buddha Jayanti. No, Buddha Jayanti, okay?
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, but I think it's time up.
Okay, just one video and then it's over.
Okay.
Just one video to just make a conclusion.
Sir, but then every time it gets kind of late for us to join other classes because of our break.
Okay. Then what we can do is also like I can keep that video in your Google Classroom as well, and you can watch that all as well. But today's Buddha Jayanti is part of like this celebration also. Like you know, you came little 4 minutes late for when I had to begin my class, and you still it shows like 2 minutes left after I joined as well. So let's just watch that just little only, okay? Because it's not long video. It's a short one.
Siddhartha becomes Buddha. Born as the prince of Kapilavastu, Buddha was
Okay.
Why do we celebrate Buddha Purnima? Buddha Purnima, also known as Buddha Jayanti, is the day when Gautama Buddha was born on the full moon day of the Vaishakha, April to May. It is said that Buddha was born and attained Mahaparinirvana, leaving the mortal coils on the same day of Buddha Purnima, having lived on this earth for 80 years. Triply auspicious. Also, Buddha attained enlightenment on this day. Therefore, Buddha Purnima is considered triply auspicious by the Buddhists and Hindus all over the world. The other names of this event are Vaishak Purnima and Vesak Day. Siddhartha becomes Buddha. Born as the prince of Kapilavastu, Buddha was named as Siddhartha by his parents. Before his birth, a prophecy noted he shall either become a great ruler or a great ascetic. In fear of losing the crown prince, the royal family confined him to the portals of the palace. Once during his 29th year, Siddhartha came out of the palace for the first time only to spot a diseased man, an old man, and a dead body on the way. The three sights. These three sights made him realize life is full of sorrow and is just temporary. Siddhartha renounced the princely life at once in search of truth in deep meditation inside thick woods. Siddhartha got the most honored title Gautama Buddha once he attained enlightenment or nirvana. However, Bodh Gaya attracts the maximum number of pilgrims on this day. Buddha Purnima celebrations. Over the years, Buddha Purnima has turned as a social, religious, spiritual and cultural festival. Some of the events organized on this day include Bodhi Dhrum Mela, Sutra Sraban, Sutrapath, Ashtashil, Panchashil, religious speeches and discussions on the Buddhist scriptures, meditation, worship to the Buddha statues, processions and prayer recitals. In fact, the celebrations often last for over 3 days to 1 week. Bodh Gaya on Buddha Purnima. Bodh Gaya wears a festive look on the day of Buddha Purnima. Lakhs of devotees are seen pouring at this most popular site. The statue of Buddha is bathed with holy waters and worshipped, honored and celebrated in several ways. Group meditations. People participate in group meditations and resolve to follow the teachings of their venerated master in letter and spirit. Buddha Purnima reminds of the great contribution of Buddha to the lives of men on the earth and serves to instill his message in the hearts of millions across the world. Activities on the day. Buddhists worship Buddha with flowers, incense, fruits and candles. The statues are given holy bath with holy waters. Buddhists undertake a lot of charity works on this day, including distribution of money, food and other utilities to the needy. Activities in different countries. In Gangtok, India, a special procession of monks is a very popular event on this day. In Japan, Buddhists decorate the statue of Buddha with spring flowers after performing a ritualistic bath. If you like this video, please share it and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Sir, you are in mute.
Yeah, you were muted.
Okay, so it's over for today. So we had some activities relating to Buddha Jayanti, and hopefully it was very knowledgeable. Although Buddha got most of the knowledge through meditation itself, and hopefully you also will meditate and get more and more knowledge and through reflection and okay. So thank you so much. So is there anything regarding the topic?
No, sir.
Have a topic of while studying Buddhism, we can discuss at that time again also. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Bye, sir.
Thank you, sir. Bye, sir.
You'll be
Thank
late
you
for
so
the
much.
and I will, yeah. Okay. Thank you.